Hello and welcome. My name is Erlene Tilton. Healthy eating starts with healthy produce. And if you're going to spend money on produce, and especially if it's organic, you want to make sure that it lasts a long time, or at least until you eat it. So first of all, when shopping for produce, you want to make sure that you don't shop for more than a couple of weeks worth. Preferably, you're shopping once weekly and you want to purchase those things that you can feasibly eat within a week's time. So I'm going to show you how you can actually extend that period, because there's some produce that doesn't want to keep that week or two. And here's some ideas on what you can do. So first of all, let's talk about the non-refrigerated items and how you want to keep those. We know that, for instance, our potatoes and squashes, they do keep a long time. In fact, something like these winter squashes, butternut squash, will keep for a long time, and so will sweet potatoes and most potatoes. You just want to keep them in a bowl. Don't put them under the sink. Don't put them in a place where there's a lot of moisture. You want to make sure that they are in their own separate bowl or bin. Now, what I've learned also is, for instance, onions and garlic. You don't want to keep these together with your potatoes and squashes, because they actually emit a gas that will actually help these to age faster. And so you want to keep these in a separate area, maybe a separate area of the pantry, just not in the same container. So onions and garlic go in a separate place, and they can go together. Okay, let's put these two aside, and let's talk about those things that we put in our refrigerator. One of the biggest tips I could share with you today is that when you get home from the grocery store, or when you're bringing things in from the garden, either way it works, the first thing I like to do, and it saves me so much time when it comes to food preps, and that is to get it washed and in a state where it's ready to eat. Meal preps, like I like to say, in 10 minutes can happen if all of that is done. So I'm just going to go through some of the things that I do that possibly could help you. Now, one of the first things is, let's talk about lettuce. Now, here's the way I like to do my lettuce. Get it all out of the bag, remove the cores at the end. I wash it and I stand my romaine lettuce up in a colander so it can drain out. And then I put paper towels in the bottom. Now, I like to specify here, I don't use regular paper towels for this. I go and buy the expensive, non-bleached paper towels for all my vegetables, at least. And I line a lot with paper towels. Don't do this with your regular bleached paper towels. Get a separate roll or rolls put aside so that you can do this specifically for this. Now, when meal prep happens, all of this is ready. I just break up or chop up my lettuce. It's ready to go, ready to eat right there. And meal prep time happens so much faster. Salads are made faster. And best of all, it stays nice. It's in this area that is, will keep and preserve it well. Another thing is, if you do purchase, for instance, like spring mix or something, I like to get everything out of the plastic, or at least line it with paper towels, and then you can put it back in there. The paper towels just absorbs the extra moisture, but it also keeps it a little moist, and that's a nice thing to do. So if you want to keep it in these containers, which are nice, I always prefer the glass, but you can also do that with the paper towels. Just some other examples. First of all, my herbs. I definitely love to do my herbs this way. I have parsley and cilantro here, and those are some things I use on basically a weekly basis. And so I just can cut them up again. I have them in glass. You can put paper towels on the bottom, and that can help again in absorbing the moisture and keep them fresher longer. Celery, we like a lot of celery, so I buy a lot of celery. This is how I do my celery as well. I just chop it all. Chop the ends off and then put it in a container where it's ready to eat. All washed and ready to eat, okay? All right, next is like baby carrots. If you like baby carrots, this is a great way to do it. Again, get them out of the plastic, put it in a container. They're ready to eat whenever you are. As far as most of my other vegetables, I love to just put them in my vegetable bin just like this. You can see I've got the regular carrots, the broccoli, some peppers here. Avocados I have here, there's beets, there's a variety of squashes here, if you can see that. The asparagus is one thing that if you would like, it keeps it a little bit longer. Just get your non-bleached paper towel and put it on the ends. You can do that on other foods as well, even beets or beet greens or something that you have greens with. There's a cucumber down there and of course the red cabbage. So you can put them in just like this. Get them out of the bags. I always say, if you have everything in bags in here, guess what? You don't even want, it kind of says, keep out. You don't even want to look to find all this stuff. So tomatoes, whatever, just put them all together right here. If you're eating them up within a reasonable amount of time, they'll stay fresh. If you need to freshen them up, just simply rinse them or put a wet paper towel over, for instance, like the carrots. It will keep them crisp. And make sure at the bottom that you always include a clean towel every week. And that will keep it from going moldy or being in there too long. But again, it absorbs the moisture. Now you can do the same thing when it comes to your fruits. And basically, I don't have a whole lot of fruits to show you here today, but you can put those in your other bin. Make sure that you keep your fruits and your vegetables separate in separate bins, because actually your fruits as well can spoil your vegetables. So you want to keep them in separate bins. And actually, if you do have a setting on your refrigerator, it's best to keep your fruits in the high moisture setting and your vegetables in your low moisture setting. So that's something to think about if you have that setting in your refrigerator. Other than that, a couple of other ideas. I like to buy a fresh pineapple, fresh papaya, some of those fresh fruits, and then I dice it all up and I put it in a bowl. And this is a great way to add strawberries too. Strawberries seem to go bad fast, but if you put it in with pineapple, they actually preserve them a little bit. So I love slicing up strawberries and putting it in with my pineapple, or just get the pineapple cut up at the first of the week. Have it ready to go and ready to eat. That's when you love foods more, is when they're ready to eat. So this is a great way to do pineapple and strawberries. Any other berries, take them out of the plastic packaging. Again, wash them and put that paper towel to absorb the extra moisture so they don't spoil fast. And then just put them in another glass dish. So these are just some ideas on helping you be able to have produce, but keep it longer so that you can enjoy it for your family. Hope these ideas are helpful for you and that you will give them a try, because produce should be the foundation to healthy eating. Enjoy.